New York Wrestle Media.
What's going on, guys? I was just listening to the Chris Van Vliet interview with Amazing Red, and I had to say, first of all, kudos and big shout out to Chris. He's one of the top interviewers in the game right now. I highly respect it and enjoy the way he's able to dissect and get into the mind and get the stories out of the wrestlers and anyone who comes into his circle. He's top notch in his craft. He does a really excellent job, and especially what he did with Red, because being and knowing Red for some time, Red is a very introverted individual. He doesn't really do interviews, as you could tell. He's very uncomfortable in front of the mic when he has to cut a promo and such. And to get him in that place is, it takes skill, and it's really a gift when you could actually be able to get someone who's so uncomfortable to be able to open up the way that they do. Well, with that being said, I know of another individual who was able to do that, and that individual was me. Yeah. March of 2017, my first episode of Turnbuckle Tabloid, I had Amazing Red in studio in my apartment at the time, and shout out to Brian Excel who made that happen. It was I honestly, it was cool as hell, because once again, it was just one of those things to where, knowing him and knowing that he's not really open to do that, he actually took the time and did that. And I have to say that in this interview, if you guys take the time to listen to it, I believe that in that setting, at almost 10 years to the day which he did it, he opened up a lot about not only the wrestling career but also his personal life. And I thought that was a very thoughtless thing, and I was thankful for him to do that and help me kickstart the podcast. So take your time and listen to what we did almost 10 years ago to the date with Amazing Red here on Turnbuckle Tabloid. Hope you guys enjoy it. I know you love those games.
I still play them.
I see that you bring them to the school and all that.
Yeah.
How, when you was in Japan, did you learn Japanese? Like, you learned?
Just kind of like the basic stuff that you need for daily wrestling living. Nothing too big.
Did you do like any typical person who goes to learn a new language, like you learn the curse words really easy and shit?
They pretty much show me all the curse words. Yeah, like they always do. But,
can you spot it like in the whole caricatures and be like, oh, you just
a little bit. It's complicated for me. Like my friend Quiet Storm, he speaks it fluently, and that's an awesome talent to actually have.
Yeah,
because he could just describe exactly what they're writing and how they're writing it, and it's bananas how they speak. And
you were there for how long?
The way it sounds too is very like.
How long you was out there for?
3 months, like kind of back to back.
Yeah,
and then I came back for promotion called Hustle. That the guys who funded Pride, they funded that one. I did Hustle twice, and then that's the last time I've been back in Japan.
When you're out there and you come in as this Julio. If guys, Julio is like red, like Gano, like complexion, like we are. And guys, in case you don't know, finally nailed. I got the big white whale. I got the Moby Dick. I got him in the building, TRS's studio. I finally got him here. I think I owe you dinner. That's the way I got you here. Still early. Yeah, I think I owe Brian a dinner or something, but we'll work on that later. But I finally got the man who everybody's trying to get for podcasts and shit, but we got him. Got your boy Amazing Red. Sounds like they were frying chicken in him. So, I mean, first of all, I got to say, you are a guy that people need to start like really, really acknowledging as not only just because of your wrestling, because of where like your upbringing and everything that you've done. I mean, where you've come from. Seriously. I mean, you're a kid, Brooklyn born.
Yep.
Bushwick. Just
raised
in Bushwick.
Yeah.
And just out of the blue, you're all over the country, all over the world. Was wrestling like really the thing you want to start? Cause you look like you could have been like the king of handball or something like that. Like something like that. Was that?
Nah, yeah. It's always been wrestling for me. And if it wasn't wrestling, it was something with fighting or, entertaining people, like doing stunts outside or like movies. I love karate movies, love wrestling. And wrestling, I think, had the best of both worlds. You can do your own stunts, you can fight, martial arts wise, wrestle, entertain fans all in one. So I was like, well, this is where I want to be at.
Did you take like gymnastics or anything like that? Or
Never.
You just everything on your own?
Never. I took one class of ninjutsu school.
One class?
Actually, it should be fairly close to here. It was Felix Vasquez. Mm-hmm. And, it only lasted like a month, but I learned a couple of little falls and rolls, in that school. And I still use it with me actually. So
was this like when you saw wrestling for the first time, did you automatically say, this is it. This is what I got to be part of?
Yeah, for a weird, reason I did, I felt very, attached to it. Like fond of it. Like my grandfather used to always talk about it, always show me, certain videotapes, and everything I saw, I just immediately loved it. And, you could have been talking to me, feeding me food, and I just would ignore it and just watch wrestling.
Yeah, it's crazy because we're from, I told Brian Excel, who's also in the building, you don't see him because he already had his time. I was telling him, like, basically we're cut from the same cloth with different scissors because we both, come up from Brooklyn, and you actually was in, you worked out in one of the gyms of a gentleman who used to live in my building, Pedro. Yeah, so like I knew of you even then. Like I knew of this kid because his sons, Angel and Lewis, they would sit there and be like, "Yo, there's this kid that comes to my pop's gym. Yo, he's nice. Yo, I mean, I'm still champ though." I was like, what? Like, like what? But and how you champ? Any case, but yeah, you I knew you came up from there. And did you ever do like street shows when you were like that age? Like, they used to have like the block parties and shit, and they'll throw up the ring and all that.
I remember working for Pedro. Well, not working for Pedro, but I used to go to his ring, and we used to pay maybe $10-15 a day, right, every time we were there. And we had a little own promotion called TEW. As far as getting trained or getting showed the ropes and this and that, no one has taught us. So we were just in there, kind of like whatever we saw on TV, we actually try to do it in the ring.
Right.
So, some of us knew, I guess, how to do it and didn't hurt our bodies as much. Some of us didn't. But as far as Pedro being the trainer, teacher, or anybody in there, right, nothing happened. But he did have shows a couple of months and he would ask if we wanted to be on it. And I did 2 or 3 of those, and they were downstairs in the gym of the building. And I think it was Best Eye. Yeah, because they used to come out of there was a church. They had a gym as well. It was on Lewis. The training was in the second floor of the church.
Right. Mm-hmm. So since was that your early like beginnings of getting ring work?
I didn't even know I was in the show. I just thought I was just, just being used as a favor. But apparently this was a show. I was supposed to be getting paid for it.
Right.
But I never asked for money. I was just happy to be there.
But this was like your first ring time official. Like, yes, you didn't even know you were doing it.
It was 90 at the end of 97, 98. Beginning of 98. Was it 15, 16 years old?
Yeah. What did your family think about this? Like, cause
my mom always hated it. But.
So somebody come to me and says, my kid comes up to me and like, I want to be a wrestler. I was like,
of course.
Really?
That's every parent's first reaction. Really? It has to be.
I know we like it, but it's not that much. Not pa tanto. So you're crazy.
Yeah, what it is that wrestling is very painful, mentally and physically. And it's just, we see the parents, we see the painful aspect of it first.
Right.
Slamming yourself on wood, hitting the turnbuckles, getting punched and chopped in the face, traveling here and there, and, hearing about the drug stories with the steroids and people dying at 30. They don't want you involved in that. Well, we don't want you involved in that. And I understand that. But
yeah, because you're a parent now, and like I see your kids, beautiful kids,
and they both want to be wrestlers.
How is
so
it
I'm
that?
in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. You have them both. It's like
I'm in
both.
trouble now. So
yeah, and that's the thing now. It's like you got a little girl, you have a little boy. Especially and to think like your little girl, you sit there, you look at her, he's like, oh my princess, my princess. Like, yeah, I don't know if I would want to see her take a chest chop. Like, I don't know.
I mean that part I'm fine with because I know that my kids will take. It's just the emotional part of it, you know, how dudes are toward girls in the business,
right.
how just promoters and people treat girls differently than, even my girl students. I was just trying to show them, listen, when you're in here and we want to teach you exactly what's going around, you know, like I don't want to like hide things from people.
Yeah, you don't want to sugarcoat it for them.
Yeah, because then when they go out there, they're like, wait, I never heard about this. I never got taught this. So we try to tell them the real thing, and guys are, you know, they're jerks, and so are women, and women hate each other more than guys hate each other for some reason. As soon as women comes on the scene, automatically you're going to see hatred right away. But that's just the way the women treat each other. I told them that with hard work and, you know, just doing what they're doing, you can't hate respect. So
yeah, but that's, the thing about it is that you guys come together, you guys, you get to school, you know, it was something that, I don't know. To me, I thought that you were already like out there. Like I don't think you were ready like to come back home. Like you were out seeing the world. Like I saw you was, TNA and the injury stuff. And then you were out. Then all of a sudden I hear you opening up a school. And I was like, that's fucking dope. But like, was that like an intention for a long time that you wanted to do? Like you wanted to get back to the computer? Like
we did just because, the lack of schools that there were, for me to find Mikey's, which was our last, the last class of House of Hardcore.
Right.
And Mikey was such an awesome teacher. I just wanted to do something what he did for us and just kind of do it to the fact that you don't have to be this huge 7 foot, 300 pound man to be, your career in pro wrestling, which you guys see now, on Raw and SmackDown, TNA, ROH, everybody who's pretty much legit and almost in the main event picture, we're smaller guys.
Right.
So, we could hold our own, and I wanted to open up a place where it was like that. And me and Brian always thought about doing this, and it ended up happening faster than I thought.
It's funny because when we were coming up, especially when you were coming up, you had Doghouse and you had, Mikey and all that, but there wasn't a lot. There wasn't a lot of places that outlet to do. And now all of a sudden,
everybody.
And to be honest, as soon as, the only one that I really knew about at the time was, the New York City, New York City Wrestling. With
NYWC?
Yeah, NYWC. Yeah. My mom. Yeah. But yeah, with him, like, that was the only one I really know. Mm-hmm. And then, all of a sudden you guys came up, and then another school comes up, and everybody just started popping up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But when that happened, the same time, everybody started falling on the wayside. You guys stood strong, man. Like, you guys are really like committed to these kids, man. And it's great. I love to see the videos on that. What is it that makes you want to keep doing it for them? Like, why continue? Cause you're into the age, you're a family guy. How?
It's honestly, I think it's just God leading me into that way. I'm very, into God and being a Christian. Me and Brian, we always listen to our hearts, and we always listen to what God puts in front of us. Me and Brian are sinners on a daily basis, but nobody's perfect. But He's always shown us the door. He's always shown us what to do. And I feel like, even the problems that I had at home, the problems that I had outside of home, it was always leading me to House of Glory, to these students. And I think that was like my kind of calling. If I didn't pursue wrestling as much, but I did have people that I had to look out for, because we're not just a wrestling school. Like, a lot of students will tell you in there, we're legit family, and whatever they're going through, we go through with them, and we help them out, and we help each other out. They helped me out also when I was going through my injury. And, a lot of them in there are just kids that just need to be talked to and, shown love, actually. And, wrestling is a really good way of doing it.
Yeah.
If you had enemies, you wrestle them, they end up being your friend.
And it's funny because they come through these doors. They've been in studio. I had a few you guys come in here, and there's general admiration for what you and Brian do. Like, there's a lot of people that, they'll go through schools and they already know it's all, they're all about the money, but for you guys are consistently, either good cop, bad cop, whatever it is, you guys are always there. How is it that you're able to balance that? Cause like I said, you're a family guy. You had a career going, then I know, you've been with your wife for so many years. How is it that you were able to still like balance that? Because you still are trying to get that, that crack. You're trying to get that one last shot as well.
Well, I have a great partner, Brian. Every time, I would be away busy doing my thing, and he would be there taking care of everything. Like I'm putting everything on his shoulders, and whatever he used as help, helped him out.
Oh, you only saying that because he's in the room? Because other than that, we could talk crap about him.
No. I mean, I'm just trying to speak like legit facts here. And
just a shoot.
Yeah, when I'm there, I take care of the class and I train them, and definitely problems with the family. But this is always a struggle, no matter if you have a 9 to 5 or not. You know what I mean? There's always problem with, I guess, finding a balance between work, love, passion, and then your family kind of thing. So what I was trying to do was find a medium into both of them. And I didn't find it in time. So, I think that, like I said, not that I think, I know that it was this path, and I'm continuing with this path. And like my kids love it. My family who's really been there for me, they love it, and they know this is like my passion and what I've been here for. And, as soon as, like you were saying earlier, how a lot of schools opened up, a lot of things opened up after us, and then a lot of them just kind of go away, quietly. The reason why I think it hasn't happened to us is just because of how real we are with our guys, and how real we are with our promotion and with our students. It's a different feeling than everybody else's school. We're not in there for the money and stuff like that. You can ask any one of our students, you ask people who joined, left, and then came back. It's just a feeling that you will never get anywhere else. And, not to sound cocky or anything, but I know what I'm talking about when it's about professional wrestling. People may not see me use whatever I use for, like, in wrestling for the full advantage, but as far as me knowing what to do and knowing how to do things, I pretty much can teach everybody anything. So,
so just to go back for your early days, and you grew up in Brooklyn, grew up in Bushwick, and like I said, it's not many of us who would sit there and say, I'm gonna grow up to be a professional wrestler. A lot of us is either, we slinging rocks, or we're, trying to be in the hip hop game, or sing reggaeton, whatever it is. And then whatever kind of mix we're trying to get into. Like, did you have to battle those evils growing up? Like, did you have that?
Thank God I haven't. I never did, because I was, a lot of people who know me know I was pretty much different from the crowd. I never liked mixing with that kind of crowd. I always was on my own thing. Like, even when I started going to like on the road, it's kind of like on the road stuff, and, was traveling with a couple of vets, I'm not going to say which guys it was, but they would be there, with the drugs and the steroids and just like kind of inviting to every kind of sin there was in the world. And for some reason, I just would pack my Nintendo or PlayStation and be by my own in my hotel room, being called a herb. You know what I mean? And, just staying there late night. They didn't chill and do stuff with no ring rats and stuff like that. I just thought of that my own way. Like, why would I put myself in this predicament, if I know the results of it? And, I was kind of blessed of knowing that at an early age. And I never mixed with that kind of crowd. Cousins, family, friends who did it. I kind of just stood away, not in a disrespectful way, but just kind of like, look, I don't do that. And then at the end of the day, they respected that. That was who I am. Like, a lot of my students don't curse around me. They don't say certain things around me just because of how I am in front of them. And I think I just kind of built up that reputation for myself, and I never had to face those evils because I knew better than that. Yeah.
It must have been tough. Like I said, you and your wife have been together since you guys were teenagers.
Yeah.
And then like you on the road for months on end and weeks on and stuff. Like it must have been tough to put a strain on the relationship, and for you guys to still be together for this long. Like, what do you think has been the core of that? Like, what do you think has been the thing that's been keeping you guys like? Well,
let me just update you right now. I've been divorced for like a year now.
Get the hell out of here. Oh my God.
Well, that's one of the things.
My heart. I
just felt like it was something that, I didn't need to bring up to anybody, but, yeah. So I guess since you kept bringing that up, I was just like, let me just tell them.
You want me to edit it or not?
No, it's real. But, it wasn't more so
but still, it's still a long time. It's still a long time.
I mean, it was hard. It was definitely hard. No matter what I did or what happened, it was just that I needed someone to like back me continuously, you know. I think, us as men, we need our women to back us up on whatever we go through, just to keep us strong. And then in return, we give them the love that they deserve and they give us the respect. I think that's just how relationships should be. And a lot of times that did not happen on both our ends. I'm not going to, you know, point fingers here.
Right.
But wrestling is a real tough business, but I know that with a really good, strong partner, you know, we would have made it like that. So, you know, things happened. And I'm still with my kids. I still have contact with the mom, you know, my ex, and I'm gonna keep it like that, you know. Just keep moving forward.
Oh my God, we're soulmates. We're both red. We both went through a tough divorce. Like, oh my God, we're bonding here.
It's human life, I guess, right?
Amazing. No, and it's true what you're saying, because now that, you know, with the transition now, especially how you've been, you know, rehabbing yourself. And I guess now you're rehabbing physically, mentally, and emotionally. Like everything's coming together.
Yes, sir.
But, now I can see why, what the school has been doing for you now, and with the motivation to get these kids out there. And that's the thing though, like a lot of the kids, and, you know, not even kids, cause now, you know, the young adults, young men and women that you have, you know, and I gotta say that a lot of schools, you see individuals who come out of their school and they still look green. They still, and not even ring wise, like mentally, they're still unaware of what's going on. You guys really sit and nurture that. You browbeat it. You put it in there. And, like I said, I got to commend you for that, because like I said, they come in here, you know, the Hank Flanders, the New York Wrecking Crew. I've had these, they come to sit here and they're like constant professionals, man. And even if I would joke and ill will, like I do a Red's voice or a Brian voice, they'd be, yo, chill, don't talk about my trainer like that. Like they still legit with it.
It's funny because they came in, you know, really good kids, but obviously they were hiding who they really were. And then when I got to see who they really were, some of them just had like a lot of struggles and problems. Some of them still do. But when they go out and they, you know, they're like, kind of representing Hog and me and Brian, they're very respectful, very, like they learned there, you know, it's like they're actually transforming as man, women, like right in front of our faces. And it's crazy that we're a part of that. It's kind of cool. I could be a part of it.
Now I have on my notes here, it says that you're very hard to deal with business wise. Like you're a tough guy to actually work with, because you're very shrewd and have a very, no, wait, sorry. No, that's the notes from Brian's interview. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, was that from Brian?
That's Brian's. No, but no, one thing I have to say is that everybody gives that whole underlining tone that Red is that guy. Like he's like the coolest dude to deal with. And it's funny to hear that, because in this business, you know, they tell you, you know, you gotta be shrewd somehow, that you gotta have like, you know, you have to be a manipulative type of person to be in wrestling. But for some reason that hasn't flowed with you. Like you've been able to like still be recognized as like a chill dude to do business with. Like your reputation does precede you. Like how could that, like, how did you manifest that? Like how is it that you worked that?
I guess it was just from, what was happening, you know, back in the day with me, and how I would take to like different occasions. I don't know. I just feel like, why would you have to be like that? You know, I feel like it's less of a fight, less of effort to try to be what I'm not, and I'm not like gassed up like that. You know, I know where I'm from. I'm always gonna know that. I know exactly who I am. I had a hard time finding out how big I am in this business, but I've been learning that little by little, day by day. But it's still nothing to throw in no one's face. A lot of people's, if I do shut them out or they feel like they shut out, it's because of, I just like to, right now especially, I just want to be around positive people who are helping me, you know, achieve my goal while I'm helping them achieve their goal. And I just want to keep my circle nice and clean. People who want to push and help, and everybody else, I'm not sending them to go somewhere. I'm just saying, just step out for a second and let me do my thing. It's just because a lot of times, like, even when Brian calls me and texts me, from the stuff that I'm doing, I just can't hit him up right away. And, I think I just need to do this for myself, just because I've been doing so much for everybody else that I forgot, you know, it was about me, at a certain point. Cause if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody else. So, so I'm trying to do first.
Guys, I gotta cut you off, because y'all not gonna sit here and listen to it. I'm not giving you all this. Make sure you check out TRSS, the regular season sportscast, at TRSSpodcast.com. And this will be the first exclusive interview on the new TRSS Turnbuckle Tabloid. The segment is going to be separate from the show. Now, Turnbuckle Tabloid has its own episode sponsored by House of Glory. How did I do that? I don't know. But once again, check us out. TRS's podcast. We're going to continue. Y'all got to go later. So it's funny that you said that because I was going to ask you the same thing. Like when does it become about you? Cause now, like I said, there's still stuff that you have to accomplish. Like I mean, a lot of people could right now. Thank you. A lot of people could have just walked away right now. You've reached a certain level, right? You TNA 3-time champ. You've done that. Like you could say at 35, you probably accomplished more than any wrestler has done, and like probably a majority of wrestlers has done in their whole career. Like you could call it right now. Like what right now feeds you to say, no, I got to keep going?
My students, my kids, my passion, who I am as a person. I can't let it happen like that. As long as I'm still walking, there's still a chance. So, like I said before, the surgeries, they kind of put a big, stoppage on it, especially on my dream. And at one point it's a big scare that they might have to like get rid of the leg just to stop infection. It was really that bad. But I was thinking right there, even though some people around me were still saying, this is a sign from God saying you shouldn't wrestle anymore. I told you shouldn't be in it. I was just like, oh, well, I kind of took it to my own that it was for a reason, and whatever happens now, I'm just gonna have to go with it. And, I've been doing great on my own. I got the third surgery from, a doctor, a really good friend of mine, Dr. Goldman, and, he helped it, fixed it. And it just was me and him, and then the physical therapy and everything. And a year later, like I'm wrestling with the students again, doing rolls, flips, jumps. So.
Yeah, I see you on Snap. Like you like right now, you look good. You're looking really,
yeah,
you're getting
trying,
right? You're getting in shape. But is there, when you get into the ring and you're working out with the kids, and especially with them, like, they're still learning.
Yeah.
Do you have to like be like walking on eggshells because you're not sure whether or not you should be doing a certain move here?
Yeah, of course. Because now I have to be more careful, because like we were bringing up earlier, is now it's more of caring about myself and what I want to do and what I have to do. So I have to be more careful, more like aware just what's going on around me, and like even the smallest step on the smallest crack on the outside or the sidewalk can just turn me right back up.
So is any moves that we're going to see going to retirement? We're not going to see anymore. Anything's going in the show?
I mean, even when I came back, even to wrestle this guy, Brian Self, the cage match, I was hurt before that. And I was kind of like a little too overweight for what I wanted to put pressure on my knee with.
Oh, we didn't notice.
And, I had a couple of months. I came back really good for that. And that's when I continued it. And I wrestled Brian, Ray, Mysterio, and, I kept it on from there. And then that's when the thing happened. But, I always brought back what I used to do just to show people that I still would have it. And, I mean, I'm not dumb now to the fact that I would just do it just to break it, and, on purpose. But I have to be careful because it is an ankle injury. And in any sport, especially ankles, they just they go like that.
You go, like you said, you go walk in the crowd. Like me, I'll walk and I'll just like try to avoid a piece of turd on the floor, and I'll be whooping in the wiggle. So just do that little wiggle.
It happens a couple of times, so I just have to be careful.
When you rehabilitating, when you're on your process back, and your mindset is like, I gotta do this, I gotta get it done. Like, and you're going full cylinder and you're ready to go. Like, what becomes your stages? Like, what's the thought process? Like, okay, now that I got, now I'm walking better. What's the next step? What do I start doing? Cause I see you've been at the gym. You're in better shape. You're toned up. I actually thought you was going out for like MMA or some shit like that. You look like you was about to put it in. Like, what's the steps that you've been taking to just get back going? Cardio and stuff like that?
Definitely cardio. It's more mentally before anything. You just have to mentally put yourself in it. I was talking to Brian again earlier, and it's just like the hardest part, the worst part is the first 2 weeks. Once you start to get back on it, those days suck. And it's like, you have to think it in your head. You have to redo everything. Everything is so sore. Everything is so hurtful. And you just go in there with like an attitude like, man. But every time you leave, every time you get that money, every time you work out, you feel good. That feeling is just, that's what keeps you going. And
how long do you think we got? You have a timetable for yourself? Like when?
I mean, since it just hit a year, I was giving myself a year mentally just to avoid always thinking about it because when I tore my ACL, I had to give it a year because I was scared to even land on my feet for anything, jumping off stools or whatever the case may be. And my doctor was just said, you know, you're ready to go now. Everything is up to you. It depends on how good and how you process your pain management. He said, but it's an ankle injury. You have to be careful. But as far as you wrestling, you can start doing that as soon as possible. Just let me know. And then he'll write me like the okay. So I think mentally, I think this is the time now.
It's coming. It's coming. Oh, yeah. I can't wait. This is it. I'm so excited, though. I'm going to clutch my pearls when you get in the ring. Shit. Speaking of that, you're a young kid. You're coming into the business and you're doing stuff that a lot of people haven't seen before. First of all, who did you like inspire? Like, where'd you get your inspiration from? Because like during your era, he was like, 92, 91 and all that. There weren't really guys that were doing what you would do, like you ended up doing. Like when did you start saying like, I can do a body slam or suplex somebody, but maybe if I can like put a spin kick into this, like, Pele or something like, where did you draw this from?
Jackie Chan movies?
That's, it's funny because I was actually going to say that too.
It's a mix of a lot of things. Like I love masked wrestlers. I love Blue Blazer. 1-3 Kid was really awesome to watch. Then when I got my hands on Japan tapes, Misawa Kobashi, Tiger Mask, I was just Sasuke, Hayabusa, I was blown away. And then, like I said, I just loved martial arts. I love Power Rangers and how their guys did stunts. I didn't watch Power Rangers for the story. I just watched it for like how they fought and how they did stunts and how they hit and the kicks they did. Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, just things that like nowadays the Tony Jaa and, the guy who did, Borga? Undisputed?
Yeah.
Scott something.
Yeah, name is, not Speak, man. It escapes me. I know you're talking about, yeah.
It's stuff like that. It's just like, this is awesome. And, me and Loki were the first ones to do like the actual fight scene in the match. And it just went crazy from there. Where wrestling started changing little by little. It was just, not, chain wrestling mostly. It was just like entertaining to everybody. And, I just started incorporating that with what I was doing just cause I felt like if I popped to it, if I like was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. I thought people would like to see that in wrestling, just cause wrestling, a lot of things you can get away with. There was like little people doink, small doink. There was,
little Fiji, was it
people with gimmicks that they stole your tires, Repo Man, like stuff like this. And, you guys remember Berserker?
Yeah.
Huss. So I figured, this will work. There's a good platform for it. So let me try it out. And, I got like maybe 70% of my move set just from just seeing what they're doing and just kind of putting my own spin on it. So.
Yeah. Okay. I can understand Loki getting involved because first of all, that guy's intense. Is he really as intense as he is in real life? He's like, he legit would scare the shit out of me to have a conversation. I remember one day and we were at an ICW and the guy, he just came from WWE. And a matter of fact, he had a match with you and he did a shoot for like 30 minutes in the middle of the ring, just going off on WWE. And I was like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. I was scared to leave, but I can understand him, going into the ring and say, you know what, let's do this. Like we can play off like this. How is it that you're coming in, like I said, you're a young kid, you come in doing this stuff and you're convincing older guys, some vets to say, listen, I got a move that I want to do. How would they sit there and be like, I'm not going to let this kid do this to me.
It's funny because the crazy thing is that they were the ones who told me, like they're the one that asked me about it.
Right.
Cause, I guess when you wrestle for like a bit and you gain their respect, cause, when I used to wrestle these guys, these older guys, these vets, I kept my mouth shut. I just did what I was told. If I did have an opening to say anything of what I wanted to do, I would go in there and say it. But not, demanding or anything. I would just kind of know my place.
Right.
And it kind of built relationships with these guys, like, respect. So then later on, they'll be like, that move you do, do this here, do that there, stuff like that. So, they actually came up to me and started doing that. And, I started getting respected for it. And then it just, until I started feeling that I could start calling it myself, it was just them.
Did you even know, like, or did you have a sense of when you were starting off early and you were pulling this stuff off, that the tapes were going around, that people were passing around VCR and DVDs of your whole move sets and stuff like that? Did you know that was happening? Like people were actually growing, slowly but surely you were growing this fan base?
Yeah, and I felt a little, not even upset. I don't even know if it was bitter. It was like, wow, you're not that creative that you have to take my stuff. But then I started thinking, I did take people's things too, like people before me, which was like Sasuke, Hayabusa, Rey Mysterio. Just cause how small I was as a fighter, I had to copy some of the moves that they did. I couldn't slam a big dude. But when I seen more and more matches that had my stuff in it, like stuff that I legit knew that I've done, in the beginning it was like, little upsetting, but then as I started talking to different people, my trainer and stuff like that, they said, no, leave it alone. It's just, you should feel good that, it's flattery. Like they're just doing it because they're giving you a respect out of it.
Sure, and even to this day, you got guys who's been in WWE, has been in touch, who come to you and they say, yo, I remember I had your tape. And then, like, for you to hear that, you seem like a humble dude. You'd be like, oh yeah, that's cool. Me, I'd have been like, for real? You watch my stuff?
The enemy says that. But it's cool. It's cool because, when I first started wrestling, especially in the arena, Puerto Rico, Pedro's, I didn't think it was going to take off like this. I just thought I was just doing something fun every weekend. And, I was just like, 100 pounds soaking wet. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be up there with these big dudes wrestling with them. And little by little, just things started happening. And that's why I'm very humbled that I got to where I got to. And, a lot of people know my name that are on top right now. A lot of people in big places know who I am and what I did. And, they come talk to me and they come check out the school. And I'm very, very humbled and happy about that. So it just makes me feel like I did something like good,
So you mentioned that when you were younger, like you seemed as though you were a little bit more introverted. Like were you like the weird kid on the block? Like you was that,
I mean,
that weirdo, like they see you walk down the block. It's like, yo, do a backflip, son. Do a backflip.
Yeah. I had a story with my friend Krista. We would wrestle like on the outside, and it was at one point there was people walking by because there was nobody there. People walked by, and right when they walked by, I whispered to him, "Make it look real now," and I beat him up with a steel chair. But it was just more, if I knew you, if I felt comfortable with you, I would act like myself. I would be normal. A lot of guys that I'm close with in wrestling, especially at TNA, like Sanjay, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, Jelito, guys like that know who I really am. And like, I never hid from them, but everybody else was just like more or less the shy type, where it's just like,
yeah, because that's my thing. I hear, you're very low key and, very reserved and shit, but then I hear, Red is a clown, man. Yo, this is a funny dude.
Yeah.
So, and
I heard that a lot too. I can't be.
A good friend of mine, who's a friend of yours as well, Angel Torres. He's wrestled before. He did the
Angel legit knows me.
Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
he knows me.
He, and I saw, I had met you once again through him again. Cause, like I said, I've seen you here and then, and I met through him. And, I remember the first night at House of Glory. It was the first event you guys did. You had like 35 people in the building, and I was there calling it with, Lorenz Dean. And Angel turns to me, he goes, "Your boyfriend's here." And I was like, "Who?" And I'm like, I was like, "Oh." And when you walked up, and you real cool dude, real nice, man. And I was like, wow. I said, that's the way a lot of people should be. This is a person who's seen a lot, and been around the world, and, there's not an air of arrogance towards you. Like, and I seen, it's a great thing that, like I told you, you're doing that with your kids, man. And I gotta say, for the promotion, I know you guys started it as a school. Did you think that the promotion was going to be what it is like
No,
today?
I didn't want the promotion, actually. Brian brought it up, and I was just like, nah, I don't want the headache. I see what promoters go through. I see what the students go through. I didn't want a promotion because it interferes with training, and then some students get gassed up. Some students get sidetracked. Some students end up wrestling and come into training just to be on the show. And I just thought that wasn't fair. A lot of these students nowadays, especially these kids nowadays, they wrestle and they get their tapes the day of, or they get their matches the day of. And that's very, like, to me, I would wrestle and then get
very presumptuous of them. Very like, yeah. That's
my VCR tape, I would get it like weeks, months after. You know, RF video or Smart Mark video had it, and it's just like this generation is very. They have this quick fix, and they want everything now. And that's what I mean about the matches. It's like, oh, I want my match. I don't have my match. I just wrestled. They don't let things settle. They don't let things just chill out. Right. Like, well, you guys want to watch a movie? You got Netflix. You got all this. Everything nowadays is very quick fixy. And, they're like that still in wrestling. And I'm trying to take that away. Like, you have to, you know, everything that, especially something as hard as pro wrestling, it just needs time. You need patience. You need to know how to like relax. And these people, they just, you know, it's a drug.
As like soft spoken as you are, I can't imagine you being like that heavy father figure critical on your students. Do you really give it to them? Like, cause honestly, I would be if I would see that you were pissed off or you were upset, I know I fucked up. Like, I know I did something.
A lot
wrong.
of them said that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we see Brian off the hook. It's like, yeah, all right, we know that's his thing. But you, like, if we know you were pissed off, I'd be like, damn, I really shit the bed. Like, that's really bad. Do you often like, do you do like their breakdown, during training?
Always. Always.
Or do you critique them after their matches and stuff like that? Because we don't even see you at the shows.
Yeah.
You're very,
I'm always around though.
Yeah.
I have to keep, you know, incognito. But I'm always there. They have matches, they have drills or whatever the case may be. I'm always there to tell them if they need it. The critiques, I'll have them come up to me and say, what did I do wrong today? Or what did I do to fix it? And I'll tell them when it's time, I'll tell you. As if I didn't come up to you and tell you it was wrong, then don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you got to do. There's been a couple of times where I had to really give it to them because they really do deserve it. A lot of them get very lazy. A lot of them get very spoiled. And I was saying, Brian, to do this promotion, like, I'm going to need a lot of help because it's doing two is very hard. And then also now when you have promotion, you have friends in the business and a lot of them are going to try to either come help you or come look for easy, you know, paydays. Or like, yo, what's up? I thought it was your boy. He put me on the show. Right. And the thing is, like, we were doing it for the students, you know, giving them a platform, giving them like their shine. And, it's very hard to do the two. So, Brian handles a lot of that. And then I handle a lot of
I see the punk a lot of kids. I laugh. I think it's hysterical. I think it's hysterical.
You have to. You definitely have to.
Well, you speak, we're talking about, you know, like I said, you're very soft spoken. How is it that you were able, well, I can pretty much tell how you was able to pull it off because, you know, your actions spoke louder than anything else, but you were a guy who hardly did any mic work, any promo work and all that, but you were still like, do you hate doing that? Like, is that a drudgery? Did you like not having to do that?
I think it's just lack of doing it that kind of scares me.
No one asked you to do it? Like,
no, when I was training with Mikey, there was never promo class or promo time. Right. So, you know, this little shy kid on top of being small shy kid, to talk in front of these big wrestlers, it was never available for me. And I think the only times it was available for me, I was using it like my first few times of testing it out. So I haven't found my niche with it. And, when CNA were going to do it, they did it with Don West and they used Don West as a mic piece. Right. And what I heard was that sooner or later, they're going to get rid of him and have me kind of like shut him up and then talk to myself. Okay. That was the build up. And Don West is the perfect person to learn from because he's awesome. That's his thing. He uses his mouth to sell things to you. And, never happened. I had something else with my brother Crimson. Right. Was going to do some funny skits, some funny videos. Never happened. So, I mean, I just feel like I was never given the ball on that because people didn't really trust me with it. And I just never learned from there. I know what to do for promos. I know how to come out. It's just like everybody else. You just need practice at it. A lot of people who were bad in WWE with promos before, they constantly give you that platform and now they're very good now. And people who are crappy as being face promo guys, they're awesome at being heel promo guys. Yeah. I think because everybody inside them is like kind of like a heel. That's why everybody loves heelish.
Yeah, the heel can do whatever they want. They could trip and they'll still like whatever.
We love it and we vibe with that. That's the reason why a lot of people pop to heels now, like bad guys. So it's just, we're all bad guys. We're legit all bad guys. Nobody wants to be a good guy anymore. So things are like easier. Everybody who was really over in WWE, they were awesome as a heel first. And then they became a good face from there.
You mentioned earlier that you were drawn to the mask guys, the luchas, the guys. Do you think like subconsciously that's something that is probably more relevant to what like you are, since you're like, so like you're not very boisterous. So,
yeah.
Like being under the mask.
I wanted to be mysterious and not really have to say anything and just show my actions through my moves and stuff like that. And, I just figured smaller guys had masks just to look bigger, to look more, like scarier, to the opponent. Cause, me skinny, 100 pounds with a red fro, I ain't scaring nobody. So, I was just trying to find something, and I still have his love for mask. I wrestled in mask a lot of times in Japan, over here, for different promotions, even the one that went down, WRP.
Right.
It was, supposed to be a TV series on Netflix, which never happened. And I played a character called Dios Dorado. And
was that the one with the red mask and the gold?
Yeah.
That
character was funny just because, they did a thing with that character because he was like a Napoleon complex. But every time I did a promo as that guy, there was curses everywhere. And they would just bleep it out. Beep, 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 beep. And I just thought that was cool because the only guy who cursed in the whole show was me. I was like, wow.
Out of all people.
Yeah, I know, right? But, I did a lot of promos with them and it was cool. It was fun. And then, the one I did for House of Glory, which was the heel turn, was the red Y thing.
Yeah.
That was just me talking, and a lot of people liked it and they received it well. And,
I knew you was turning heel because you had Tim's on. I was like, oh, it's going
wrap,
down.
right?
Yeah, it's going down. I said, got facial hair and Tim's.
The beard was
down.
going.
Yeah, it's going down, yo.
And, I just can't be a bad guy, man.
That's what I was just about to go to that. I was going to say, like,
as soon as that happened, I got hurt again.
Regardless of how it is that you paint the picture, everybody goes, oh, stop it, Red. You can't be like that. You crazy. You just acting crazy right now.
Yeah. I'm just a good guy at heart. That's about it.
Man, you've been in a lot of wars with a lot of guys, man. Some good guys in the ring, man. Low key, especially in the Eastern Seaboard with Danny DeMonto. Like, that's like, you guys go, yeah, you've had some big time matches. Like, what is your white whale? What match? I mean, you've accomplished the Rey Mysterio. Like, what is your white whale? Which one have you like not gotten to yet? Like, what match you really want to that you can obtain?
I just think any match actually in the WWE platform right now, like any one of those guys, from cruiserweight to heavyweight, I think would be any bit of my goal, just because I'm doing it there. I was at WWE before, but it was like a dark match. Then I went back for something else, but it wasn't something like performing for them, no matter if it's NXT, like I said, the cruiserweight division or whatever. I think anything with them, any one of their guys in their roster, I would be looking forward to now. I love guys in the independents that's been there with me and like the, Sami Callihan, Chris Heroes, the newer guys I keep hearing about, like, the buzzing, like Will Ospreay and guys like that, Ethan Page, and just people like this. I want to mix in there with all of them. I just need my health back. So,
listen,
yeah.
I'm telling you, the moment that happens, I think there's going to be tears coming from my eyes. Let me tell you.
Definitely be tears on mine.
Yeah, let me tell you, when we recently just seen EYFBO win the Impact Tag Championship as LAX and stuff. And the same night, the Broken Hardys win the Ring of Honor Tag Champions. I was more hyped that EYFBO won than I cared about the Broken Hardys win, because it's like I know them personally because of you guys, because of what you guys, you basically, they've been up and down the Indies, the Eastern Seaboard and such, but House of Glory has been the place where they've showcased like on the highest level. And it's like if I know them, and to see that happen, it's a great accomplishment. Plus they're holding like their belts now. So
they're like us. They came from where we came from. They struggle how we struggle.
Yeah.
And they're real. That's why we have that thing for them. It's like we won it. So we won the belts with them. And I told them just at the end of their match with, Hardys and Dudleys and, my students' private party, I told them, I said, this year coming up, you guys have to do something. No more of this indie stuff. You guys have to get out there and do something. Yeah. Whatever it is, just go do it. It's been so long.
Who was a big influence? I know Mikey Whipwreck was a big guy for you. Like, who was the other guys that gave you the rub and was like,
I've learned from a lot of people. Christopher Daniels is one of them. Just being in the ring with him.
By the way, that video was hilarious. The one when you kicked Xavier.
Oh man,
and he kicked the shit out of you.
Inside story to that is just that he would always tell me, like, you know, he would always kind of like push me around where it's like, hit me, I won't feel it.
Yeah.
You know, don't worry about it, just hit me. And I was just telling him, I got you. Don't worry about it, I got you. He said, no, man, I'm bigger than you. He would just be extra. You know, I'm bigger than you. Hit me. You know, like I won't feel it. And I'm not talking about wrestling in general.
In general, right?
Yeah, you're just a bigger dude. Like, why would I? You know, you can't move me, so make sure you hit me. And I was like, all right. And I made sure that one kick that I didn't swing it with everything. I just made sure that I swung it just like how he wanted, and he was just instantly going to sleep. He fell asleep, and I didn't know what to do after that.
Oh my goodness!
He ran outside, and Christopher Daniels was like, said what he said, and he just didn't come back to the end of the match. The best part of this whole story is at the end of the match, we go to the back, and everybody's asking him what happened. He doesn't know what happened. He told them, "Was I in the ring with Loki?" That's his first thing. He just didn't know who he was. Like, he didn't know who he was in there with. And they said, no, he was in there with Red. And he was like, that's impossible. That's what he kept saying. And I walked right by him. I was like, there you go.
So he got his little receipt for that one right there. For talking all that shit. Oh, but I was in tears, but I had to repost it like so many times because I just wanted to hear the video all the time. Like, kick the shit out of you. But when you get moments like that, when you're in the ring and like, you know that you haven't, like, you've had epic matches, like you've had like the big thing, like, and I know like the biggest thing probably in your life, you know, of course in your life is the birth of your kids and all that stuff, but like, what has been like after that, what's like the next coming of your just your livelihood, man? I know Christ has been like when if not the biggest thing in your life, but you know, what other things has been, you know, motivating you, man? Like what's the big thing that you had going on?
It's just a House of Glory as a whole. I want to bring it to, a bigger platform. I want to make it, be known worldwide. So it's not as known as I want it to be, as we want it to be. But, I know that a platform like WWE will help me and what we have and, help me mentally because that's still my dream. Yeah. So, WWE is it.
It's crazy because you got guys like AJ Styles was your former tag partner. Yeah. You got Samoa Joe.
Everybody that's around me.
Yeah, everybody's just like there.
Everybody,
Tony Nese is there.
Is there
like,
now or went there.
It seems like they're all just sitting there like waiting, like, come on, you're almost there, brother. You're almost there. Are you excited that the possibility would be that you become a created wrestler finally in WWE games and shit like that can happen for you?
Let's find out what it is.
Because I've seen the created wrestlers that people make online and it's god awful. It looks nothing like you.
I saw a couple of them.
They look terrible.
And right before I got injured, I was trying to do my own stuff just to be in the video game myself. Yeah. And then that's when that happened.
But that's the other thing too. They got a lot of motion capture and a lot of motion captures like your shit. Like a lot of that stuff is
But they don't have me doing my own stuff.
Exactly. So it's weird.
It was coming up to that and then that's when that happened. So
there's two instances that I would watch WWE and I would go, ooh. First was, I saw Sin Cara do Spanish Fly and I was like, ooh. I was like, your father says you're welcome for showing you that. And then the other one was Cena. And he did the Code Red. And I'm like, okay. First of all, it was terrible. And then secondly, like, where are you pulling that one from? Like when you hear instances like that, do you just go, what? Like, did you, like in your mind, do you curse in your head?
No, I just think that's cool. It's cool to me. You know, I see my stuff on main events, on Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views, whatever it is. Especially hearing announcers call it Code Red. It's cool to hear that. You know, it's cool to see that because, like I said, I feel like I haven't made it or done anything really that big because I haven't been there. But to see that and to see the respect I get from a lot of, wrestling peers, it just is, like I said, it's very humbling.
Yeah. You're like Salt Bae. You just, you know, you sprinkle it all there. You just sprinkled on there little by little.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I make it there, let's see what happens with that move.
But no, now you're gonna do your moves and everybody's gonna think it's somebody else. It's like, oh, he stole that from Cena.
Because the newer fans, it's his. Yeah. You know, he did it there before I did, so it's his. And a lot of people did it before him there. Yeah. It was Melina, it was Rey Mysterio, it was the cowboy guy. Yeah. At one point.
That's crazy.
I mean, What are you gonna do?
Well, listen, I know you guys are busy. Like I said, there's way more I really wanted to get into. I would love to get more into, but you got to come back again. I guess. Yes, I'll have food. I have a hook on my I'll hook you guys
stomach
up.
Is growling now.
Yeah, but I mean, just you know, you might not have to because people might already know where you at. But just let them know what social media they can get you at. Oh, yeah, because you're real busy with that.
Like I said, I have a lot of help with that also. So I mean, you can find me at Amazing Red 1 and through all the social media platforms, which is Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook. It's all there. So,
all right. I actually have the patent for Amazing Red, the original one. So if you want it, we can talk about it. We can talk about it. But
I checked the Instagram who had Amazing Red, and there was someone with a weird profile pic, but it wasn't you. It was a weird profile pic.
It could have been. There's a phase in my life that I don't really want to talk about, but once again, thank you, sir, for coming in the studio, man. I mean, like, it's an honor, man. I've been dying, since I started this podcast thing. I said, I gotta get him in here. And thank you, Mr. Brian XL, for making that happen, sir. You're the guy. We put it away, man. I said they only get 20 minutes of it, bro.
It's a tease. It's a tease,
man. So yes,
you wanna give the details about the show?
Yeah, man. That's exactly what it is.
We have a show coming up, April 22nd. The building. I don't know.
Oh, here.
April 22nd. Look, Homicide's calling me. Hold on.
Oh, here you go, name dropping. Here goes name dropping.
Yo.
Hey, BD, what's up?
What's good? What's poppin'?
Not much, man. I spoke to Conan. He basically just told me,
Yo, that's exclusive. You can't put that. That's business right there.
Listen, don't worry about it. I'll cover everything, man. Now that House of Glory is sponsored by how the sponsor TRSS and Turnbuckle Tabloid, guys, much love. I've been with you guys from day one, man.
Yeah,
seriously.
Man, I appreciate that.
Hashtag Regulars is always in the building, man.
Yes.
My daughter, she loves you. That's why she's shy. She's in the room now.
She is in the room?
Yeah, she's hiding. I'm gonna tell her to come out and say bye.
Cool.
But once again, thank you for coming by. You dope, man. It's a privilege and honor for you to have me here, man.
It's a blessing being here. Thank
Guys, when we come back, I'm just gonna compose myself because this is amazing. Amazing Red in the building, y'all. So stick around. We'll be back, y'all. After listening to myself, I realized that the show has gotten much better since when we first started. Also, I was bugging out back then. I didn't know anything about copyrights and stuff, so that's why in certain instances, like in the beginning and in the end, you just hear like abrupt starts and abrupt endings because I was using copywritten music, and like now on YouTube, I got to make sure I didn't want to get this banned, get it blocked, and also, like I said, for him to come in and just be so open to have the dialogue, like I said, we know each other, but we ain't really know each other like that. Like we weren't like peoples, but being known through Brian and Brian, co-signing for me, like once again, big shout out to Brian XL for that, man. Brian, early on in my days of podcasting, we worked hand in hand with getting stuff together to work. When they came to their kicking off House of Glory, I was a big supporter of them, getting them some rep, getting the word out for the HOG. And you look at them now, and they're booming. They're out there booming. So shout out to Brian and Red for doing that for not only the fans, but especially the students who not only that they're still catering to, but also for those that they've launched and got careers for. And I know a lot of them are grateful for the opportunity that the school gave them. So it's just, like I said, it's funny to hear that almost 10 years later, and still be able to like feel like like a fan. It was like a fan moment for me. It was real cool, man. And once again, guys, make sure you check out HOG House of Glory. They're doing their thing. Last HOG show was on YouTube. Got some big numbers there. Shout out to them. And also, make sure you check us out here always at New York Wrestle Media. If you don't get us here on the YouTube, this is a YouTube exclusive for you guys. And also, make sure you check us out on all podcasting outlets. You guys, if you can't get us here, make sure you get us on the podcasting outlets, audio. We're both audio and visually friendly. And as always, guys,
New York
check
Wrestle
you guys
Media.
In a sec.
Turnbuckle Tabloid.